Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tonight's big story: inmates caught on camera attacking corrections officers at an Arizona prison. Video then shows a dozen or more inmates up on the second level pouring out of their cells to join the fight.
Corrections officers say the prison cells don't always lock, letting inmates get out whenever they want. Tonight, Governor Ducey is stepping in, announcing that two former Arizona Supreme Court justices will conduct an independent third-party investigation.
The I-Team's Bianca Bono joins us live here in Studio 12A with the facts unfolding tonight and also what the guards are hoping to see. Bianca?
Well, Mark Caribe, corrections officers say this falls on leadership, and they want the man in charge of Arizona's prisons, who is no stranger to controversy, gone.
One dead inmate, staff getting beaten down, the locks are not being fixed.
Newly released videos show corrections officers struggling with inmates at Lewis State Prison in Buckeye. Then, just moments after the initial fight breaks out, nearly a dozen other inmates let themselves out of their cells to join in.
I mean, there's one or two of you, and there's 15 to 20 of them.
Department of Corrections officials say issues with inmates tampering with their doors started years ago. Director Charles Ryan claims he learned about the problem in May of 2018 and, quote, took immediate action. But these videos are from October, November, and December of last year.
Once you get to that point, staff snap out of it and say, we're going to die in here.
Former Governor Jan Brewer naming Ryan as corrections director in 2009. He oversees 42,000 inmates and 10 prisons. Under his leadership, the department riddled with controversy. In 2014, a botched 2-hour-long execution. The following year, an inmate riot at a private prison in Kingman. Now, in light of yet another, many, including House Democratic leaders, are calling for his resignation.
Well, the question is, should he be fired? The answer is unequivocally yes.
Governor Ducey calling the situation unacceptable. So he's appointing former Arizona Supreme Court Justices Rebecca Birch and Ruth McGregor to investigate.
I enjoyed judging for a long time.
Birch, a Republican, serving on the High Court from 2002 until 2015. She has deep ties to ASU's College of Law, serving on the faculty for 10 years. McGregor, a Democrat, serving on Arizona's highest court from 1998 through 2009. She was the court's Chief Justice for the last 4 years of her term. And right now, the DOC says the department is using padlocks to keep inmates from getting out, a Band-Aid measure until they can fix all of those doors. The fire marshal says that does not follow state fire code, but they are accepting it as a temporary situation. Of course, the 12 News I-Team will keep digging into this and bring you the new developments. Guys, back over to you.